Am I the a-hole for telling my 26F best friend, 24F, she needs to wear larger clothes? So backstory, me and my best friend have been besties for over 2 years and we are the kind that nap together, eat together, share clothes, all that. Anyway, we both are a little over 5 feet tall and at the time we met both were roughly 125 pounds. So we were skinny and went out a lot and wore skimpy clothes, etc. FF to the past 5 to 6 months. We both, at the same time, began gaining weight. Out of nowhere, rapidly. So now we both are around 160 and I am in large shirts and size 10 to 12 pants. Okay? I've accepted it. I don't mind being in large clothes. But here's the problem. She does mind being a large. She still wears her size small clothes, underwear, bras that don't clip shut. If you are thinking, is it that bad? Yes. It's that bad. She is in such deep denial that she's fat, I prefer juicy, that she literally embarrassed me at my 6-year-old's football game last week because she came to this children's football game in a size small black cocktailed dress, expecting positive attention? So anyway, today, she texted me and asked if I would sell her my retired rave outfits. Raves were in my skinny days, so they're all small and XS, and I told her no. That she would look ridiculous. And she says I'm being mean. I told her that mean and realistic are not the same. She disagrees and is mad at me. Am I the a-hole for refusing to babysit during Bill's wedding? Me, 32F, husband, 34M. 2 weeks before our 2018 wedding, Bill got drunk during hubby's stag do. Bill and 2 cousins shared group texts with everyone at party about me which were extremely offensive, resulting in an argument between husband and Bill. No one ever apologized, in-laws covered for those involved, said I overreacted, it was just British humor. These comments mocked my appearance, non-Brit accent, family, and health issues. At Christmas we announced our pregnancy/due date of August. At same time Bill/Phil announced their wedding date and venue for October 2023. The location is 2 hours from our house. Few days later Mill asks if I had looked at venue online. The venue caters to kid-free events. I said that it looks lovely but I was concerned about kid-free element and distance from our house since weddings are an all-day thing. Mill says oh they're not having a kid-free wedding. We got invitation in the mail, it's kid-free which is okay with us. With invitation was note which read, at request of Mill/Phil they have reserved a guest room at the venue for us night of wedding. We politely replied to RSVP saying we wouldn't be attending because we couldn't leave our baby overnight as we have no one we feel comfortable leaving him with. He'll only be 7 weeks, I have no family in the UK, hubby's family will be at wedding and hubby said he won't go if baby and I aren't going. Next day Mill/Phil call up said we aren't attending and say I could spend the day in the room during the wedding because it would look bad if hubby's not there. Hubby told them that was ridiculous to expect me to spend the day in a hotel room with my infant. My Phil argued that several cousins had small children and were still attending. 1 week later, Phil announces that a cousin's friend has agreed to watch all the family's kids equals 6 kids under 4 plus our 7-week-old in our home during wedding since it's closest to venue. We politely decline and explain I just had a C-section 8 days ago. I'm also not leaving my child overnight with one stranger and group of 6 kids. We thought that was the end. 3 days ago, get a message from one of the cousins asking to call about wedding. I showed it to hubby and we forgot about it until yesterday. Cousin's wife called wanting to know what items she should bring for her daughter. Turns out, Phil and Bill told family that we aren't attending to keep all the cousins' children. I was mad, told her that was not true. I wasn't running an overnight drop-in service for a bunch of people who didn't even like me. In-laws are saying my refusal is embarrassing and makes them and Bill look bad. Bill has called repeatedly, several of group text participants have left messages to chat. My husband and some family is on our side, but others feel like I'm being petty. Am I the a-hole for not waking up early and helping my Mill with chores? I, F25, has been married for a year now. It is customary in our culture that women stay with their in-laws after marriage. I didn't subscribe to this and told my husband, then BF, before marriage itself that I want to live separately. He agreed, since he himself wanted to live away from parents and build his own life. But as a compromise, we would still visit them and stay at their place every couple of months. It is again customary. Dill helps Mill with household tasks, the stench of patriarchy. In our house, that is mine and husband's, we are equals. We do chores together. In in-law's place, it's always his mom who does majority of chores. She was a som too. When I am visiting I am expected to help her with the chores. Not my husband, just me. I just rope him in as well. The major issue is that everyone there wakes up at 5:36 am. That's way too early for me even on days when I have work. Since we go there on my off days, I just want to sleep in. ATLEs till 8 to 9 am. Initially they didn't say much about this. Just a bit of snide comments that I let go. Choose my own battles and all. But today morning my Mill made a big show of how I never help her with chores. Let me clarify, she wakes at 6 am and finishes most tasks by 9 am. By the time I am awake, it's all done. I help prep, but that doesn't count to her. The fact I don't slave away in kitchen is making her mad. When she went on a whole woe on me act, my husband, who normally supports me, also got mad at me. He asked why I couldn't wake up few days out of a month earlier than I want to and help his mom. When I said, he can help his mom himself since he wakes up anyway, he said that's not the point. He said he doesn't ask much of me and this is least I can do. Respect his parents when we're staying under their roof. I got mad and told him, I don't want to stay under their roof and neither do I have to. With that I just packed my bags and left that place. Now my parents and husband are blasting my phone for overreacting. Am I the a-hole for refusing to repaint my niece's nursery? Back when my sister was pregnant with her daughter, she asked me if I would paint the nursery for her. She wanted this really detailed job done and wanted her daughter's name, Melody, painted on the wall. I wasn't sure about it because my sister is known to take advantage of me being her older brother. But I ultimately agreed because I figured I would just set boundaries. She was impossible to work with, pushed my boundaries, and I was working on it a lot longer than intended because of how much she wanted done and how detailed she was about everything. It took 2 weeks of me doing a few hours every day for her to be okay with it. I told her I was done and said she'd need to find someone else for the next kid if she has one. My niece was born a week ago and my sister changed her mind about the name because she said it was too similar to my daughter's name. So she decided on the name Birdie for her daughter. Cool. She told me I'd need to fix the name in the nursery and I told her no, she'll have to find someone else to fix the name in the nursery because I won't be doing that again. She said it will look off if done by someone else and I told her it was not my problem. She yelled at me and then she tried to get my wife to change my mind. My wife told her where to go and said she had taken up so much of my time on the nursery anyway that she was rude to demand more. I was pissed when my sister went to my wife behind my back. I was so damn proud of my wife for not letting my sister make those demands. My sister told me I'm being a dick and her daughter doesn't deserve for me to be petty over our issues. Am I the a-hole for refusing to shave my hair for a client who's a cancer patient? I, 21M, currently own a barbershop and have found myself in a very weird situation. I was scheduled an appointment by a father of a cancer patient who is currently undergoing chemotherapy and feeling very saddened by the situation. I decided to refuse any payment and give the girl her haircut for free. However, that's not the problem. Once they arrived, I reluctantly helped the father pull the daughter out of the wheelchair and onto the chair, but then I had seen him go outside to his car only to arrive with camera equipment. I asked why he was doing this and he leaned into my ear and whispered how he's gonna record this for his daughter and tell me about how I'll shave my hair for the video so they can publish it on their Instagram page. I refused and calmly explained how I wasn't informed about this during the scheduling and that I wasn't gonna shave off my hair just for some stupid video. The father then visibly got angry towards me, for some reason, and yelled at me explaining how I don't get it and how much work he went through to even go to my barbershop and schedule an appointment. He called me a rich piece of shit that feeds off of the poor and constantly degraded me throughout for no reason. I told him to get out and take his daughter out of here because he's been kicked out. I explained how I don't tolerate disrespect, in which he left whilst looking at me with a disgusted facial expression as if I did anything wrong.